Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Delta T Racing. This is Division 2 on a Wednesday night, coming live from Bahrain. So we're here at round number 2, obviously round number 1 being last week at Saudi Arabia. We're at the Bahrain International Circuit, which is 29 laps. We're looking at 15 corners, 9 to the right and 6 to the left. Current lap record of 126.323 by ERT Cliffy, and the qualifying time of 124.399. Can't see that being beaten at the moment because of game changes, but you never know. Yesterday, Division 1, we had a 25.5, so it does show the difference that we're going to see between the updates in the game. So without further ado, let's jump on board and see who the first person out is going to be. I do like to follow the first person that's out onto track. So if we just get the details up, and we are... Okay, who are we first out? Is it Brent? Smianka is the first driver out, so we'll run on board with Smianka for his opening lap. Obviously being should be the first person to put a lap on it. No, he's let Swifty Ryan is going to be the first one to set a lap then in the Alfa Romeo. So let's jump on board with him and see what he can do. Obviously just warming up the tyres at the moment, but everybody except 2 out on track. We've got a full grid of 20 tonight. Had a few dropouts from our regular drivers. Who are we missing tonight? Tonight we are missing Quistro, Ibani, Fakey and Cassell are unfortunately unable to make it tonight, but we do have reserves. Alex K 2020, good to see you, Alex. Haven't seen you for a while. Obviously used to race with you in an old league, so it's good to have you here. So wish you all the best for tonight. RPM KV KFC, KFC is making me hungry, but KFC has stepped in for us as a reserve as well, and so has Fox Blue. And I think that's it for the reserves. I'm not 100% sure. Backer was going to come, but he couldn't quite make it. I think he had some technical problems. But so yeah, a grid of 20, so good to see. Always see some good racing here at Bahrain, and hopefully tonight will not let us down either. Yesterday we had some real good battles, sort of nose to tail. We had some DRS trains, but we also had a couple that broke away in Division 1, and we had some really good racing. Unfortunately, a late safety car coming out with 3 laps to go, obviously being released with 2 laps to go, which is the standard. But Yari, who I believe is the normal commentator for us here on Division 2, being having prior commitments this week, so unable to make it, but he will be back next week. So apologies, you're putting up with me for this week, but it's better than no stream at all. But yeah, Yari basically taking a dominant victory yesterday. He should have won the first race in Saudi Arabia as well, but unfortunately due to penalties, it took him off the podium. So but he's been very consistent this year. So anyway, back to this one. Swifty Ryan crosses the line with 127.1, quickly beaten by Lanzi. After that we then have Stav's going to cross the line, and Stav puts it at 28.9, so I think just a banker lap for him there. Sammy Jameson with the 129.1. Then we have the McLaren coming across the line, but it looks like he's invalidated the 2 Toro Rossas. We are then... Brent puts himself up into second place there with a 27.075 ticket coming into the pits. Let's jump on. Who have... Is it Michael's just going to cross the line into fourth place with a 127.341. I'm not sure if it was Pettervol or Van Rodpree that put a lap in there, but put himself into 8th position. And Queener there in 4th place. So 2 Red Bulls going well with a first and a 4th, if my eyesight is correct. It is indeed. So let's jump. Who have we got? Donkey Dan puts himself into second place with a 26.842, but no one close to Lancy at the moment. We're on 26.469. I think we'll see those times tumbling, but obviously he can go quicker as well, so we will see. Right, and Aston Martin coming into the pits, as in Alfa Romeo. But then just going to jump ahead. I think these two are coming into... I try to see, I could see a battle going on, but I can't see who it is. It was looked like Sammy Jamieson and whoever was in front of him there having a nice little race during qualifying. So Van Robbery there won't improve as he has invalidated. Critical damage there coming into the pits. Currently 12th with a time of 128.507. So we're now going to go for a bit of a quiet time. There'll be a few doing back-to-back runs, but majority will come in, put a fresh set of rubber on. Queen is going to come in there. I think Donkey will probably do the same as well, a bit further back. Although his teammate Tenke has gone at 26.649, so he puts himself up into second. So very, very good for the Williams at the moment in second and third. Okay, so who do we have on an outlap? So Tickard is on an outlap. He's in sector 2. Who else do we have? Felix he's also in sector 2, just ahead of him. So we'll keep an eye on these two, see what banker they can put onto the board. So here we are, following Felix onto the start-finish line. We'll be looking to put his quick lap on the board now. Go through turns 1, 2 and 3. Locate up to turn number 4. So yeah, just riding on board with Felix at the moment while we're waiting for everybody else to come in and do some runs. Got a yellow in sector 1. I think that is just a Ferrari or an Alfa Romeo, just letting a Alpine through. So lovely damage there. So Felix is aborting that. He had invalidated anyway. The other person who was on the hot lap was Tickard. We'll see what time Tickard can put in. Look at Alex in sector 1, so we'll keep our eyes peeled on Alex as well. I think this is debut for DTR. There we are, riding with Tickard now, coming around the final corners 14 and 15. On to the start finish line, puts himself in third with a 26.755. Cracking lap there by Tickard. So who do we have now? Let's keep our eye on Alex. So just watch him for the last half a lap, see where he can put himself. So here we are coming into the final sector around turn 13. So we'll be going along the small straight here, about 280, 310 kilometers an hour. 8th gear, then down into 4th, 145, and looking at shifting up to 5th, 200, 250, 290 as we're crossing the finish line with a 128.248. Puts him into 15th. I think he's got more in the bag there. I did hear him before the race saying that he has no much time to practice. So I think it will come as he relaxes. Certainly do well in the in the race. He's a very good racer, normally a good qualifier as well, so I think he will get it together. So who do we have on a lap? Is Felix going for a back-to-back run, obviously aborting his first run. Just ahead of him, is that Swifty? No, Swifty just starting, so it's critical damage. Critical damage comes across the line, 27.785, so that was an improvement for him there. And RPM KFC puts himself up in a pole position with a 126.169. Pedivol just behind the 126.198. So the times are getting quicker. Are we going to see a time dip down into the 125s? 10k on his outlap there. Donkey Dan also on his outlap. So who do we have? Who is going to be the first of the... Is it Plebmaster? Plebmaster's on his first, well, one and only lap so far, so I don't know whether he invalidated his first effort or he's just gone out late. Plebmaster around the final corner now onto the start-finish line, opens up that DRS and puts in a time 27.469. It's good enough for 12th. Just behind him, I think Smianka there, 27.450. Brent goes fastest with a 25.930. There was a reset to track there by Donkey Dan, but during qualifying, you certainly don't want to see that during the races. I don't want to see it at all, to be honest with you, but it happens. So critical damage crosses the line. He's improved on his time by nearly half a second, but hasn't improved on position, still sitting in 14th. So who do we have next? Looks like Lanzi is going to go 26.414, moves himself up into 4th position. Next up, Pedivol is going to come into the pits. 10k. I'm not sure who just crossed the line there. I think it might have been... No, it wasn't Lanzi. But jumped himself up anyway, so Pedivol now into the pits. So we're getting down to 5 minutes left, so we will see people coming in, putting on their soft tyres, I would have thought, and absolutely going for it, because this is it now. You won't get another chance. Once you're out, that's it. So currently DTR Brent on pole position to 125.930, so he's the first driver to dip into the 25s. So who has carried on? It's only King is on to a lap, so we'll keep an eye on him, but I'm also just looking behind because we have one of the Red Bulls out on track as well. Sammy Jameson, no, it's got disqualified there, so I didn't quite see what that was for. But won't be starting any better than 20th. Michael get on to his fast lap now. So do we have anybody else onto a fast lap? Donkey Dan improves to a 26.504, up into 6th place for the Williams driver. We then have the Mercedes of Ticket on an outlap, so he will be looking to improve on currently 8th place. So on track at the moment, who do we have? It's only King is coming round towards the end of the lap, nearly half a second up on his time at the moment, which will be about 27.1. So break him up to about 11th, whether he can get himself into the top 10 here. We'll see how his final sector was, and he crosses with 127.023, which does put him 10th. So will he go for another run on those tyres? We will have to wait and see. But Swifty now coming across the line. He is starting his fast lap. Queener has bolted. I think that'll be him for him. I'm not sure if he'll have time to come in and put new tyres on and get back out. It's going to be touch and go. Then Michael now on to the start-finish line. We'll see what time Michael can put in. 26.470 puts him up into 6th place. That's a cracking lap by him there. Who is next up? Is it Donkey Dan is going to come into the pits? We then have a Haas who must be Felix. Sorry, jumping between the few here, just trying to find who is where, but so the times are starting to come down now. Got a Pedal there onto his probably his final run. 156 left. Could get a couple of runs in, but it's likely just to be the one for him unless it goes completely wrong. So it's only King is going to cross the line with a 26.910, so it's an improvement for him in time but not in position. Fox Blue coming across the line in 17th there. Where are the front runners? So we've got Michael, I think. There. It's the RPM KVFC. I'm not sure if this is a fast lap, but it is a fast lap indeed. The 25.975 puts him up. It keeps him in 2nd, but my goodness, is that close now. We're at the top by 0.45, so not much in it at all. So Michael's done everything that he feels he can and has retired from the session. 10k crosses the line, 26.355, so it is an improvement for him in time, but again not in position. Coming next, is it Van Rodbury? No, it's his teammate. So Peter Vol will cross the line, a 31.9, so he has obviously backed off there. We then have the McLaren of Fox Blue crossing the line, a 26.271, so it's a good improvement, but I think he invalidated, so no improvement whatsoever. Okay, we're not with Lansley. Quinn down in 13th. Can he improve on his position? He cannot. Quinn will be in 13th position. So last coming, we've got Donkey Dan now coming in to the... he's already finished, in fairness. So we do have Lansley, 10k, Pedavol, KBE, KBKFC and Brent that can still take pole position here. We're just riding on board with Lansley now to see what time he puts in. Puts him into 2nd, 125.965. KFC bolts his lap. And is it Alex is going to cross the line in 14th with a 126.8. We have Van Rodbury there. Across the line, looks like Peter Vol may have crashed on a track. Okay, so Fox Blue in the McLaren putting it onto 7th spot, and Plebmaster in 13th now with a 126.8. And that, apart from it's only King who's the last one to cross the line and comes into the pit. So that is qualifying over, ladies and gentlemen. And congratulations to DTR Brent for taking pole position at 25.747. A cracking time. It was only 0.2 slower than the pole time in Division 1 yesterday. He'll be joined on the front row by Lansley in the Red Bull. And rounding out the top 3 will be RPM KVKFC in the AlphaTauri. So we'll just wait for the time to tick down now. I think we're just waiting for the game to sort itself out, and then we can have a full rundown of the grid. But yeah, I mean, good effort there by Brent. I mean, certainly had pace, and then by taking pole position by 0.2 of a second in the end. A great effort by him. Lanzi in second place, and then KVKFC rounding out the top three. In fourth, we have Pedavol in fifth, Van Rupri 10k in sixth, followed by Fox Blue, Michael, Donkey, and Tickard rounding out the top 10. Swifty Ryan will start in 11th. In 12th will be Alex K in his first race, so we'll keep an eye on him. Good luck to you. 13th, Plebmaster. 14th is Smianka. 15th, It's Only King. 16th, Critical Damage. 17th, Queener. 18th is Felix Lapira. 19th, Stav. Oh, Stav, not very good from you today. I think he's he should be higher up than that, so I think he didn't have a good qualifying session. But Sammy Jensen rounding out the top, or the full grid.
Welcome to the Bahrain International Circuit. Any moment now, our drivers will take to the track and the Bahrain Grand Prix will begin. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some points during the Grand Prix.
Well, welcome back everybody. The drivers have chosen their strategy for the race, and we are off on the formation lap. So we have a disqualification already with Tickard, so he will be starting on very cold tyres. Never good heading down into turn 1 at Bahrain. Let's just get the position details up so we are ready to go. Okay, so whilst we are following them round on the formation lap, what we will do is just have a quick look at the driver's standings. Pedavol leading at the moment with 25 points after winning last time out in Saudi Arabia. Brent in second place, and Stav rounding out the top 3 with 15. Obviously it's still early days yet after only one round. But it's always good to have points on the board. In 4th place we then have Michael. In 5th, Lanzi. 6th, Critical Damage. 7th, Donkey Dan. 8th, Quistro. 9 is Sammy Janssen. And running at the top 10 is It's Only King. Now look at the Constructors Alpine. It's basically as it is in the Drivers' Championship, with the exception of Ferrari, who have picked up a double points finish in the last race, with Michael getting 12 and Sammy Janssen getting 2 points. So here we are coming around to the end of the lap now. So the prediction soft, medium, or soft, hard. I think we'll see some variations for that. Certainly people perhaps stretching to a soft, medium. And there's bound to be a safety car or two as well. So let's just have a quick look at tyres. As expected, top 10 all on softs. Swifty Ryan also going for softs in 11th, but then the majority of the rest going for the alternate on the mediums, with the exception of the Ferrari driver, Sammy Janssen, and It's Only King. So we'll see how that works out for him. So we're now just waiting for the grid to form up, and then we'll be ready for race 2. So a 12 race championship this season. It should coincide with the release of the new game, which hopefully a lot of the bugs will be sorted out in that one, but we shall wait and see. So here we go. I have no lights at all. Here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and off we go, and that's a good start from DTR. Brent Landsey not getting the best of starts, and I think KFC is likely to make a move around the outside of him, which he does indeed. Just having a quick look back to see if there is any incident that seems to be happening in turn 1, and we do have something at the back there with the McLaren of Plebmaster and Sammy Jameson. So just a bit of contact there, nothing too bad, but we are 3-a-side racing here. I think they're starting to file out ever so slightly now, but we have moves being made. Fox Blue making a move. It's only King dropping down quite a few positions there, so I think he must have had a little spin at the back. There's action going on all over the place at the moment, just trying to keep up with it. So Brent happily away in the lead from pole position, followed by KFC, who has managed to jump Landsey. Pedivol in 4th, so we have the 2 Alpines of Pedivol and Van Rodprix line astern. Will they use? So obviously 2 laps before DRS. There's some lagging going on there. Well, that was weird. I don't know if you saw that, but on my screen he hit a red ball, which wasn't there. Okay, right. Anyway, in the pits already we have Stavs. So Stavs not been your day so far. Left end plate damage. So yeah, not a good qualifying, and so far the race hasn't gone according to plan for him either. But I can quite honestly see that we will have safety cars. Jump on board with Pedivol. They're just running in 4th place at the moment behind Landsey. We have Tickard and Michael moving at the back here. So Tickard getting a bit of a wobble on coming out of that corner. I think he got on the power a bit too quickly. Right, let me get so we are still nose to tail. We've got a battle here between Quinn and Sammy Janssen, and Sammy makes that one without too much of a problem, but Quinn is going to be in his slipstream now. I don't think we've got DRS enabled just yet. I think he will be using ERS, obviously have the slipstream as well, but it's not quite enough to get him back past under this circumstance. So jump to the front. We'll keep an eye on Brent and KFC, who pulled out about a 1.5-second gap on the rest of the field, who are then nose to tail right the way down to 8th. So we could see some interesting racing tonight, I'm hoping. With so there's bound to be a safety car. It'd be nice if there isn't. And we'll see. So the order after lap 3, Brent, DTR Brent pulling away from pole position, but being kept honest by RPM KFC in 2nd place. In 3rd place, Landsey in the Red Bull, who is at the head of a little train there with the Alpine of Pedivol and Van Rodprix. Then we have 10k in the Williams, Fox Blue in the McLaren, Swifty Ryan just behind in the Alfa Romeo, and then Donkey Dan about a second further back, but he's more than capable of catching up here. Okay, so poor old Stav there's just doing some TT at the moment. So fingers crossed there'll be a safety car or something to get him back into this race. But Brent very comfortable at the front. KVKFC Plebmaster pick out the first penalty of the day. So penalties are so important around here, especially if you do end up with a late safety car. You can drop so many positions. I think I've seen someone here go from second or third right the way out of the points, basically because of a late safety car. So yeah, trying to keep it on the black stuff is it's not always as easy as it sounds, in fairness. Smianko picking up a time penalty now as well, so we're lap number 4. We're starting to see them come in. But these two are quite happily pulling away at the moment. So a 2-second gap between them, nothing but between them and the rest of the field, but absolutely nothing between these two. KFC now with the DRS open. I can't see he's going to go for a move, but we have a move here with Van Rodprey overtaking his teammate, who isn't overly keen to give him the position. It unfortunately puts him under threat from 10K, who has taken the place, and unfortunately it's unsettled Pedivol because he's also now lost a position to Fox Blue as well. So often happens when you lose a position, it just puts you off your rhythm, and you can lose another 1, 2, 3 positions. Okay, so back to the front. Brent is quite happy, just sitting out at front at the moment. But I can see KVKFC going for a move here. I would assume he's lined it up nicely. That's DRS open. DRS on, and through he goes. Good move by KVKFC, taking the lead from Brent. We also have a move a bit further down. So the two Ferraris having a nice battle there, with one of the Williams, which was Donkey Dan, and Ticket up into 9th place. So I don't know if Queen has had a bit of a problem there. He seems to be losing. Lost a few positions and some ground on those ahead, so it might have just had a moment. We all have moments. Plebmaster is out. Where is Plebmaster out? We have safety car. So this is just what Stav was out after. I'm not quite sure where Plebmaster went out. Well, this is going to spice things up a little bit. What are we going to do for tyres? Let's bring it up quickly, see what they are on, as to what they are likely to go for. I don't know what I'd do in this position, to be honest. I mean, you're roughly halfway through your stint on softs if you want to then go on to mediums. They are going to pit, so I think they're going to throw away the softs, go for the mediums. I think taking them to the end is going to be a bit of a stretch, so maybe hoping for another safety car. We can come in and change onto another set of mediums, or if it's late enough in the race, could well come in and put a fresh set of softs on last 10-11 laps. So right, okay, so people that haven't pitted, Queen up obviously starting on the Felix pick up a 5-second penalty in the for speeding in the pit lane. So yeah, as I was saying, Queener now leading in the Red Bull after starting on the alternate strategy of the mediums, so it has brought him to the front of the field, followed by Critical Damage, who has done the same, both on 6-lap-old mediums. Apart from that, everybody else has changed tyres at some point. Stav has got 4-lap-old tyres, but that's because he had an incident in the first couple of laps which caused him to pit early, but he's pitting now for a fresh set. We do have Alex, who has gone for the hards, which I have to admit I do not get on with the hard tyre around Bahrain at all. I'd rather do the soft medium, but I suppose under this circumstance he's going to be looking at taking them another 22-23 laps to the end of the race, which mediums won't do. So we'll keep an eye on him, see if it could be a masterclass on strategy. Felix as well in 18th is on the hard tyres. So just following the safety car, current standing order, Queener in the lead in the Red Bull, then in second in the Alfa Romeo. We have Critical Damage in third, the AlphaTauri of KVKFC, followed by the Mercedes of Pole Sitter, and early leader DTR Brent. I'm sure he'll be eager to try and get past KFC again if he can. Obviously the two in front of them haven't stopped yet, so will be a pit stop behind. Or could be level depending on strategy. We'll see how this all works out. But yeah, Lanzi in 5th, then Fan Rodprix in 6th, 10k in 7th, 8th is Fox Blue, 9th Swifty Ryan, and rounding at the top 10 we have Tickard. One retirement so far, which was Plebmaster, which was the cause of the safety car here. But looking at the back, Stav is going to catch up now. Obviously safety car going to be out for at least another lap, which is good for Stavroulis. That will give him a chance to close on the back of the field and give himself some racing after I think sort of 6 or 7 laps of just doing TT. Okay, so Stav has now caught up at the back of the field, so we have everybody back together again, so the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. And then Queener will become the de facto pacemaker. He will decide when to go. Can he get himself a jump? This is the issue. Obviously looking further down, Smianka in 17th on the softs. I would expect to see him make up a few positions. Obviously with the tyre deficit, certainly with Alex ahead of him on the hards. So there we have the confirmation that safety car is coming in this lap. So Queener now becomes the pacemaker. Will bunch the field up, wait for the safety car to get out of the way. When's he going to go? Is he going to go early or is he going to go late towards the line? It looks like he is bunching everybody up, and we are go. So Queener has got a good jump there actually, but it looks like KFC's been caught by surprise on that, and DTR Brent looking for the move up the inside. Again, it looks like we have got round without much of an incident in turn 1. Felix the Pirate there in 2. He's come in, got rid of the hards and put the softs on. Obviously had some wing damage there before the restart even happened. So anyway, getting back to the race, we have Queener keeping ahead. We have lost critical damage. What's happened to him? He's moved down a few places. Swifty Ryan moving up 2 places there, so whether it was a double overtake. Tickered into 9th position. Go back. We have Queen is still leading, but KFC putting pressure on him. Behind Queen's teammate in 3rd, Lanzi in the 2nd Red Bull. Then we've got Brent back on the tail of both of them. Critical damage dropping off a little bit. I think he might be struggling with those 8-lap-old tyres. Just the opening couple of laps. Hopefully he'll get back up to speed. Here we are, start-finish line. Looks like KV, he has gone for a move. That was almost too easy. Oh, we have a dive. So Queen are losing 2 positions there. Lanzi making an opportunist move up the inside. And now DTR Brent's going to follow him through as well. So Queen are losing 3 positions in a straight and 2 corners. And critical damage moving from 2nd down into 6th now. So we're now in the position where the top 3 have pitted. They're on fresh mediums. We'll see if they can pull away from the rest. Looks like Brent is trying to line up a move on Lanzi. I think he might struggle until DRS is enabled, which I don't think is this lap. I think it's next lap. KFC putting a fastest lap there of 29.749. Do we have any moves going on further down the grid at all? Anywhere? No. Pedevol looks like he will be the next to make a move on critical damage, which he has. And then Tickard coming around to make the move on the inside. A little bit of a friendly nudge there, nothing in it really, and Fox Blue taking advantage of that as well to pop himself up another position. And whilst doing that, I missed Brent getting past Lanzi. So can Brent close down on KFC, who's managed to pull out about 1.5 seconds gap? Obviously Brent's going to come under increasing pressure from Lanzi, who's behind, but they have now broken away for 2.5 seconds from 4th place Queener, so they are certainly quicker, certainly a lot quicker. Keep an eye on this gap at the front, currently 1.352 to this man. Gap is closing ever so slightly, but Brent is now coming under pressure from Lanzi. Just didn't have enough to make the overtake there, but I'm not sure if he'll have DRS active. He has, he's opened up his DRS. Still not quite enough to go for the move. But further back we have Pedevol going for a move on Queener. And I think that is it for moves. Got Alex coming in 15th, so those hard tyres proving a little bit of a handful for him. But they should come into their own in a few laps. I think once you get a few laps into them, get a bit of warmth in that tyre, you get a bit confident on them, but you're not going to have the speed of the medium or the softs. But you will have the longevity. So yes, these three have certainly broken away. We're currently on lap number 13. Still 18 to go. 17 to go. I hope we get some nice racing towards the end. That would be very, very nice. But we've got a big field behind. It is so bunched up. We have nose to tail from 4th right the way down to 13th. These two are side by side. There's some good racing between these two, and looks like Fox Blue's come and joined the party. While these two are battling, Fox Blue's taking advantage and looks to slide it up the inside. Doesn't quite make it. Ticker keeping the position, but Fox Blue hasn't given up yet. Puts his front wing in there and gets it complete. Well, firmly the door was shut there by Tickard, and rightly so. So Queen are now down to 9th position. They're losing some places early on. So Lanzi still holding on to the rear wing of Brent, who is holding on to the rear wing of KFC in first place. As you can see, the gap has come down by half a second. So Brent now within DRS range. Here we are on to the start-finish line. 0.7 of a gap. I think that's just too much to close down on the start-finish line, but we have been proved wrong so many times before. Any overtakes? We don't seem to have. Ooh, Stav braking a little bit late there and nearly hitting the back of Smianka, but well done to keep that under control. So it's only King in last place at the moment. Again, he'll be crying out for a safety car. So it does look like Brent has managed to just break Lanzi off of his rear wing ever so slightly, still within DRS range. But Brent has got KFC firmly in his sights now. So Will Tucking going down this short straight, turning on to turns 14 and 15 onto the start-finish line. Swifty Ryan is out. Oh dear, Swifty Ryan is out. Are we going to see a safety car here? I'm going to jump back to the front. Just want to make sure, and Brent is going for the move. And makes the move. So Brent taking the lead again, but yeah, we've lost Swifty Ryan. Looks like between turn 12 and 13. I do wonder if that could have been the corner of death. There is a corner here that if you touch the curb, it will spin you around and you're out the race into the barrier. I think we've all done it. We all know which one I'm talking about. Stav losing some more places here. He's having a ding-dong battle with Smianka over the last couple of laps. So hopefully, but Felix back into the pits for looks like a time penalty. He's going to put a set of mediums on, so he will take those to the end now. I think he was banking that there might be a safety car there. But there wasn't, so Brent, first position, pulled out 3/4 of a second on that lap, but KFC will still be within DRS range. Again, I'm not quite sure there's enough to pull him in on this start-finish line, but there might be enough to pull him in on the second DRS zone between turns 3 and 4. Brent with the fastest lap of the race there does indeed keep himself clear. Do we have any moves going on? It looked like we did, but we didn't. So let me get back to the front. Safety car. Why do we have a safety car? We haven't lost anybody else. No. Okay, well, I would expect pretty much everybody to pit for fresh mediums if they have them. Obviously, if you started on mediums, potentially you could put the softs on. You're going to be looking at 2 laps behind a safety car. That's going to save yourself 2 laps. It's going to be a stretch, but it's a free pit stop, isn't it? Stav doing exactly that, putting the softs on in the 15th. Got nothing to lose. But Felix will be quite happy for this. Felix the Pirate will take him onto the back of the field again. Okay, so following Brent, I would assume he would come into the pits. He does indeed, and so does KVKFC. Lancy's going to do the same. I wouldn't be surprised if everybody does. Tickard, 8 lap old mediums. He will look at pitting as well. So will 10K, so will Fox Blue. Donkey Dan, are you going to pit as well? He does. Well, I think we're in a position here where everybody's in the pits. But Brent gets himself back out in the lead, so on to the soft. Lansley going for a set of mediums. Perhaps he didn't have any softs left, but I'd have thought he could have stretched the softs to the end of the race. But I think he'd rather have the grip than the early speed. I think he'll be a lot quicker than the couple in front of him on the last couple of laps. So we'll keep an eye on Lancy, see what he can do. But it's a shame for the top 3. They had broken themselves away from the chase pack of, well, pretty much it was 4th all the way down to about 10th or 11th, I think, nose to tail. So we now got a real mixture of tyres. So we've got top 2 on softs, next 2 on mediums, then we've got soft medium, soft medium, soft medium. So yeah, we've got a real mixture. Some people obviously not being comfortable that they can stretch the softs to the end. Well, we'll make an exciting end to the race. I say yesterday for Division 1 we had a safety car right at the end, so literally it was a 2-lap sprint, and that's where penalties were so important. People lost so many positions because they were, you know, literally 6 seconds of penalties can take you off the podium and out of the points. But we don't have too many penalties tonight. Let's have a look and see what they are for. Ticker 3 seconds. Smianka 3 seconds. Michael with a 10-second. Felix picking up a drive-through penalty. Oh, Felix, not your night, is it? Goodness me, finally get a safety car to put yourself on the back of the field and then get a drive-through. I'm not going to say he was speeding under the safety car because it's not always the case with this game. You can be in green delta and it can still penalise you. So back. Okay, so Felix now is closing in on the back of the field. So that drive-through is going to take away any hope I think he'd had of getting any points tonight, unless of course there's another safety car. Okay, so Felix are now on the back of the field, so the safety car will be in on this lap. Let's see if Brent can get a good start. Notice on the last start, KFC didn't get perhaps the best restart. Came under early pressure from Brent, and I think it was it Lanzi? So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting last 11 laps of the race. Obviously 18 laps now gone, 29 lap race. Here we are, all bunching up, all getting ready for the safety car restart as Brent now becomes pace car. And he's bunched the field up nicely. The safety car is into the pit, so he can go whenever he wants to. Is he going to go early or is he going to go late? It looks like he's gone. He has gone for it early, and KVKFC has got a good drive behind him as well. Can't see him going for a move into turn one. He certainly got a better start than he did last time. So it looks clean again. Looks like we don't have any issues going into turns 1, 2 and 3, which is nice to see. Brent and KFC have made a dash for it. They've already brought themselves just over a second gap to third place Lanzi, so certainly got the jump on him. Main difference is the tyres, obviously the soft and the mediums. But they will degrade a lot quicker. And then just behind we have Lanzi, now 2 seconds behind. We've tickered right behind him again on the mediums. Then we've got 10k on the softs in 5th place. 10k more than capable of jumping both of these and getting himself up onto the podium, especially on the softs. He's going to be quick to start with. The Ferrari of Sammy Jamieson on Peter Vol there. So a nice little battle between the two of them, and Peter Vol keeping his position there. Trying hard not to miss anything here, but they are so close together, it's really difficult. So Felix there coming out of the pits after serving his drive-through penalty. So I think you just need to put this one down to experience, Felix, and come back and try again next week. I would say you can't have the same bad luck week after week, but I know quite a few people where it is possible. So yeah, Lanzi now nearly 4 seconds behind the front two, so the softs really making a 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds a lap quicker at the moment. But that's obviously going to chip down, and then it's going to turn in favour of the mediums, who will have more grip, but it's just whether they will be a gap that they feel that they can close down. DRS is now been enabled with 9 laps to go. Pedal and Donkey Dan here. That's some good fighting going through there, nice and clean, giving each other the right amount of space. No contact made, nothing given, nothing taken, nothing asked. Oh, that was good to see. That was good to see. Well done, Petter. Keeps himself into that position now. It's Only King is out. What has happened to It's Only King? I can't see him on track anywhere. Okay, well, 3 retirements we've had now. Back to the front 2. The KFC having the speed there, but deciding not to make the move at this moment in time. It's one of those tracks you never know if you want to lead going into the last corner or not. I think you can normally get enough drive out of the last corner to win it, but you need to make a bad exit out of there and the person behind will get a run on you with DRS, ERS. So 10k again, apologies 10k, I've missed that watching everything else, moving himself up into 3rd position. So we've got soft runners now in the top 3, followed by 3 medium runners. And then we've got a bulk of the softs looking to try and work their way up through the field, whilst they've still got the advantage on these tyres. 10k 6, just over 6 seconds behind the lead 2 now. They've got a lot to do if he wants to close that down, but I think he'd be content with a podium if he can just keep Lanzi and Tickard, Fox Blue, Queener, Pedal and Donkey Dan behind him. So yeah, not much of an ask there. Petterval going for a move on Queener there. We are still side by side going down the straight, and again good racing between them. We have Sammy Jameson there. Critical damage, taking an alternate line. Don't think he liked the look of that corner. So Pedal in a 7th place now. We're comfortably ahead of Queener, and we'll look at hunting down Fox Blue in the McLaren. Lanzi getting a bit squirrely there, coming out of turn 13. Just losing the back end ever so slightly. Now put him on the back foot. He's going to come under tremendous pressure from Tickard here. You can see Tickard going for a move, trying to break the toe here, both with DRS, ERS. So Lanzi going for a move on 10k one side, and Tickard going around the other side, but it's loses the one position there to Lanzi. But I would expect 10k to have this back soon. So Pedal and Fox Blue now battling. Pedal does like to make his moves in this area, sort of around the inside, the outside, holding his line. This is some great racing here by Pedal. A little bit of A little bit of contact there, but nothing major. Queen are looking to make the move, makes a little bit of contact there, but Pettervol now up into 6th place and making a charge on those soft tyres in the last part of the race. Jumping back to the front here now with a 9-second lead, the pair of them. They really have broken away from everyone else. It is just a race between these two now with just less than a second between them. KFC obviously looking at closing this up now under DRS. So we have nobody within range at the moment, so back to the front. We'll keep an eye on these two, but I'll keep an eye on that battle for the podium as well, because it is literally from 3rd place down to 9th is separated by, well, not a lot. Let's have a look at the lap to the leader. So from 3rd we are 9.7. I mean, it's about 6 seconds separating the from 3rd down to 10th. So yeah, still anybody's podium, to be honest with you, but I think the win is definitely going to be between these two. Now, obviously, with a win today as well, Brent would take the lead in the championship, with Pettervol currently down in 6th position. Oh, we're going to go for a move here. KVKFC, he is not. Didn't need to. But we have moves happening here. Tickard is looking for a move up the inside of 10k, thinks better of it, just backs out of it. Oh, a bit squirrely there and loses a position to Pettervol, and another one to Foxblue. Van Rodbury there picking up a 3-second time penalty. So Pettervol on a charge again, back up to, he's into 5th place now, so right on the back of 10k. I don't think a podium's out of reach for Pettervol here. We have a change of position, critical damage, looks like he is possibly sustaining critical damage. Quinn and Donkey Dan changing positions there. Donkey Dan going for the move, looked like into turn number 10. And I've missed it. KVKFC taking the lead from Brent on lap 27. These two now 11 seconds ahead, so it's going to be one of these two that wins. It's just in what order? I don't want to put my money on either of them because I have a habit of jinxing them. So enjoy the race and may the best man win. But just behind me, still got this gaggle going on. Pettervol still hunting down 10k, who is hunting down Landsey. So there is nothing in it all the way down to P9, isn't it? Yeah, P9. The only one that's really going to struggle is Tickard, who has the penalty for corner cut, so that is really going to hurt him. It's going to drop him down a couple of places. It does look like Lansley's just getting away ever so slightly at the front of this group. I think he's going to get pulled back in now because obviously he doesn't have any DRS. Tickard looked for a move up the inside of Fox Blue there, but thought better of it. I think it was just a little jink just to say, I'm still here. Keep him on his toes. So just over a lap and a half to go, with KFC currently leading, with DTR Brent just half a second behind. We've got a big gap of 11 seconds to Lanzi, currently in third position. Fourth we have the battle with 10k and Pedavol. I think that could come to a head within the next couple of laps. Well, it will do, because obviously it will be the end of the race. But I think Pedavol needs to get past 10k if he has any chance of the podium. And with that on cue, he does go past it. Obviously a little bit wide there. Fox Blue looking for the move there on 10k as well. I think that was a bit opportunist. So Pedavol now into fourth place, as the leaders are on to the final lap of the race. And with that, Brent goes for a move round the outside of KVKFC. KVKFC gets a bit squirrely there and goes out wide. Or could that be the end of the race for him? It's half a second that he's lost there. So can he pull that back? Looking back here, Pedavol losing the position back to 10k. So whilst I'm keeping my eye on the leaders, it is all happening behind as well. Fox Blue and Tickard fighting as well. Tickard up into sixth place, but Fox Blue hasn't given it up yet and comes up the inside and takes the position. So he's jumped back to the leaders here with Brent. Brent now coming down the small straight into the final corner for the final time. Lap 29 of the Bahrain Grand Prix, and DTR Brent does indeed cross the line and wins. Congratulations to him, and KFC as well. Fantastic drive by you. It's a shame just that small moment coming out of rough. I think it was about turn 5. Unfortunately. But Lanzi picking up the final podium position. 10k picking up fourth. Pedavol recovering into fifth. Fox Blue in sixth. Donkey Dan in seventh. Ticket 8th. Van Rodprix 9th. Michael TYB 3 in 10th. Alex K 2020. Good debut by him in 11th place. 12th Critical Damage 13th. Felix the Pirate 14th. Will be D. Stavroulis when he crosses the line. So obviously third in the first race. Didn't go well in qualifying for him, and the race didn't get too much better. But nevertheless, hats off for bringing it home. And next week is another week, and Smianka will be the last finisher. So there we have it. That was Division 2, Round 2 at Bahrain. I'll be honest, I think it was an excellent race. There was some good racing, certainly between the front two and then the midfield pack as well. There was sort of overtake, undertake. Really good racing as well. I saw it was a lot of space given out there. Fair, good racing. So congratulations to Division 2 for putting on a show. And massive congratulations to DTR Brent. No longer Brent the Bottle. Manages to get himself another win in DTR. So we will have a quick run through of the finishing order before I leave you. So we have Brent taking the win, RPM KV KFC taking second, in third is Lanzi. Then we have 10K, Petavol, Fox Blue, Donkey Dan, Tickard, Fam Rodbury and Michael TYB3 rounding out the top 10. Alex K220 2020, sorry, in 11th, then 12th, Critical Damage, 13th, Felix the Pirate, 14th, Stavroulis, 15th, Smianka, and then we have Queena in 16th, 17th, Sam Janssen, and then we have the non-finishers of It's Only King, Swifty Ryan and Plebmaster. So that is the end of the Bahrain Grand Prix Division 2. I'd just like to obviously bring to your attention the other divisions and events that we have going on sort of during the week. Obviously today being Tuesday, Divisions 2 and Division 4 was also at the same time. So if you've once you've watched this, if you feel like you still need some more racing, please tune into YouTube and watch Division 4. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and also please subscribe to the channel, it really does help us. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, 8 PM, we have Division 3, same venue, round 2 at Bahrain. It'll be interesting to see how they get on there. And then we enter the next round with this Friday. We have the Esports League, which if you haven't watched that, tune in. It's a fantastic event with 10 different leagues taking part with 2 drivers each. So we really do have the best of the best out there, and there's some fantastic racing going on. Then next week, and that is in Australia, and then next week obviously on Mondays we have Division 1 and Division 5. And we'll return on Tuesday with Division 2, which hopefully Yari will be back for your commentary next week. So, but thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it. There was certainly some good racing there, and I'll look forward to seeing